Welcome back to Hero of Leaf Valley. Today I've got Olivia joining me.
Hi. I still exist.
She does.
Duh.
But Lewis wouldn't be able to tell. He's dicking around with the camera and he's got it completely wrong. I like that he just spins around like he's on a lazy Susan.
I would. I have a lazy Susan.
So this kind of dorky little cutscene has to do with a couple of the endings in the game.
Mm-hmm.
At least one of them involving an endangered animal that we see running around the town. So there is an actual point to this. It's not just Lewis being an ass.
I would have said dork, but okay. It's kind of weird. His character model looks older than the icon of him that pops up.
Well, that's just weird character modeling.
Yeah, but the drawing of him looks like a child, almost.
Well, they all do.
Yeah. A village of children. There's a horror story. An ocarina!
We use that to train our dog, which we don't have yet.
That's not how I train dogs, but okay.
Do you bother?
No.
Exactly.
They do what they want.
Since it's been a while, let's just see this, since it's satisfying. And we've got a new thing, a little black slab there. Can't see it from there, but it looks kind of like the monolith from A Space Odyssey. Looks pretty cool, only worth 25 gold, which is stupid.
You start beating people's heads in with bones.
So, at one random point, Gwen will come along to your farm and give it the inspection. By which I mean she does a 180-degree spin, and that's it.
Yep. You haven't lit anything on fire yet. It's all good.
If any of your animals are sick, she'll immediately take care of it for you. By which I mean she'll yell at you, and then your animal will be okay. That seems to be randomized, I feel like, because I took care of my chickens perfectly fine, then suddenly they were sick one day. The day she showed up, I don't know. But, at the very least, we did manage to get our first bit of mineral crop. We got mineral rice. I think it's called platinum rice, which is cool.
Sounds like you might break your teeth on it.
Well, maybe that's why you can't cook with it.
Oh. Oh, dog.
Pointy ear dog.
Oh.
People voted, and the majority have decided they want the pointy ear dog, so we're going to be getting that eventually.
Does it have a name?
Not yet. And these are a couple of rare things we found. That's not the only time we'll see them. We'll eventually come across different ones later, which proves they're not that rare, actually.
The worst museum.
Basically.
I still find the fact that the 16-year-old's a bachelorette very creepy.
It's Japan. And it's a farm town.
Ding, 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 ding.
Carrots are worth a good chunk there. Platinum rice, not as much, though.
Carrots are made of gold.
When out mining, I got some silver ore so we can actually upgrade one of our tools, which will be cool.
I haven't actually ever played a Harvest Moon game, but I have played Rune Factory, which is basically just the fantasy version of Harvest Moon.
It's Harvest Moon plus killing monsters.
Yeah, basically.
I've heard really good things about it, though.
It's fun. Though it's kind of ridiculous because the monsters that you can tame that are basically cows and sheep, but they don't call them that. Like a cow is called a buffamoo, which is ridiculous. But yeah, and they have, like, instead of just going to someone and upgrading, you build a forge and you forge your own tools.
That sounds pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
I'm thinking of picking up Rune Factory 4 for the 3DS.
I've only played 1 and 2.
There was a screenshot let's play of the third one a while back. It got abandoned, but that alone got me interested in it. Looked pretty fun.
I'm a big fantasy nerd, so I picked up the fantasy version instead of the regular version. So, just like, I want dragons.
Did it have dragons?
Yes.
Oh.
Without wings, but...
Well, then they're lizards.
Big lizards. A lumberjack named Woody.
Let's talk to our Tanuki friend.
Oh, he's cute. I don't understand him, though. Like, everything else in the game is completely normal, minus the sprites and the goddess, but then there's this, amongst 50 humans.
Well, Harvest Moon has always had a slight fantasy edge with those.
That's true, though.
Actually, I found out he's a character from the Legend of the River King games.
Oh.
So that's where he comes from.
The smallest. You look like if you misstepped, you might crush the tiny one.
They like mushrooms. So we'll give them some. They're not giving us anything yet. Eventually they will. They'll give us a really cool item. But they'll also give it to me on, like, the day before the horse race, and I break the shit out of that, and you can get that item there, so...
So they're useless.
Since we've worked for Woody 5 days now, I can go to the lumber yard and chop down trees for my own lumber now.
Oh, sweet.
Keep in mind, Woody gave me a super axe, which is like level 3 of upgrading the axe. I only have level 1 of my own. So, you're gonna watch my stamina just plummet.
It's gonna take forever.
And I can only do the small one.
You got weak baby arms.
Basically. It's not weak baby arms, I've got a huge chunk of metal on a stick. Luckily, I got 2, though, at least.
You're, like, completely out of stamina, though.
Yeah, that was 3 swings.
Jeez. To be fair, it's more than I could do.
But at least I got 2 lumber that I can use for my own purposes. I'm not going to be using them for what you might expect, though.
Oh. I like his hat.
Catch butterflies. It's not as easy as you think.
There you go.
They move around kind of erratically, but if you get it just right, they just stand there while you catch them.
It looks like you just slapped it into the ground and picked it up while it was stunned.
It could be, you never know. That's all I say when you give them mushrooms at the start. They'll just say, thanks! Next time they'll say, thanks, I like mushrooms, have this. What I'm actually going to be using the lumber for is if you place up to 3 of them over on this little plank back here, and you water them every day, they'll grow mushrooms.
What?
Yeah. Usually you might have to seed them, but nope.
Would that actually work in real life?
It would grow something. I don't know if you could eat it.
Just horrible mold.
I'm sure it'd be good for digestion for someone. Do remember to water them every day. I didn't know about that at first.
Oh.
And I just had them sitting there until it, like, rained for 7 days straight, and then the mushrooms grew.
It rained for 7 days and 7 nights, and then there were mushrooms.
This was another request from someone in the thread. I don't know what perdu means, but I just like saying it. Perdu.
That might be French for something, but I don't know.
And if anyone here would know that, it would be you, so we're still in the dark.
Well, I took 11 years of French class, but I remembered next to nothing, so... The only reason I took the class was because my mom feared I would break down in Montreal sometime in the near future. And that I'd be stuck forever in Quebec.
A fate worse than death.
They get really pissy, though, if you speak English. Like, they speak English, but if you don't at least attempt French and are passable, they'll just kind of roll their eyes and sigh and then speak English.
Glad I can finally deliver a few things. Do keep in mind when you deliver someone's request, you get a thank you note the next day. I've delivered 2. None of them seem like people who would ask for 10 caterpillars. So I was a little confused by that one.
Would anyone? Who wants caterpillars?
You think it would be Tim, the little kid, because he buys bugs when you give them to him.
Yeah.
But it's not Tim. At least I was able to upgrade my hammer, because I use that one the most. It pretty much goes in order: hammer, axe, hoe, and sickle for most useful things to upgrade. You can see scrap metal, useless, but for 10 gold each, and with how much you get, there's no reason not to hang on to them to sell.
Yeah. Dio's hair makes me angry. So dumb.
Speaking of dumb.
That's why we're not picking you.
Exactly. As soon as I saw that, I was like, that's why they voted for the pointy ear dog.
Oh, that's funny.
Gonna choke down some herbs so I don't pass out. I feel like it should be illegal to be that cute.
Just gives you cavities looking at him. Looks like it makes noises all the time.
Chicken grunt vinegar sounds really weird to me.
Chicken grunt sounds weird to me.
And I could give him a mountain grunt and get chicken grunt recipes, but I can't use the mountain grunt in the recipe.
Okay.
So this is kind of a funny little thing. I believe I mentioned before, when you cook for Martha, if you cook it right, you'll have a few ingredients left over, which is cool. I'm a little baffled by sandwiches. You cook them in a frying pan.
Just tomato.
Yep, just bread and tomato or boiled egg will make a sandwich. Sandwiches you can't actually sell, though.
Why?
I don't know. Boiled eggs are actually what I want to hang on to here, because what's the guy who works at the grocery store, he has them as a wanted item, and he buys them for 100 each.
Wow. Really likes his eggs.
Yeah.
I haven't had breakfast in years.
Always good to cook for Martha if you got the time. Especially early on and you need some cash.
I like this guy's beady eyes. Okay, question, what the hell is a breadfruit?
I'm sure it's an actual fruit. I'm also pretty sure it doesn't work like bread. But that's how this game utilizes it. Eventually, once I get a kitchen, I find a pretty interesting way to get money, but slow and kind of not worth it, is to buy eggs from Ronald, go home, boil them, and then sell them back to him. But it takes so much time, so it's not the best idea.
He has no means of boiling eggs himself.
Here's another one of the endings that we'll be working on. The blue mist flower is the biggest bag of bullshit. It's an extremely rare flower. That's not even a real flower. That's a thing made of plastic. But what Parsley and Lila want me to do is to find a good spot where it can actually grow a blue mist flower. They're extremely finicky. It's probably not going to work. But if I can manage it in just 2 years, that'll be something that can help save the town, just because it's so rare. If you can manage it, it kind of makes the town a sanctuary of sorts.
Well, that kind of makes sense. was thinking, if you give them a bouquet, they'll just be so touched they'll leave.
Thankfully, a blue mist seed is a key item, so it doesn't take up space in my inventory.
Oh, that's good.
And I don't actually do shit with it. I just hang on to it until eventually Parsley says, hey, I found the spot. And I already know where the spot is because it's already been tilled out. It's a specific patch of brown dirt nearby the goddess pond.
Can you plant it before he tells you he's found the place?
I don't know. It's pointless.
Why is she walking around in the rain?
Because it was rainy and she had something to say. This part-time work opens up at exactly 10 a.m., so you can tell I was standing around in the rain waiting for it.
Does the time move indoors?
No.
Ah, that's good.
They didn't start doing that until the last few years.
Why would they do that?
I don't know, it's more realistic, I guess. I liked it better. Give it kind of a buffer. Right now, I'm still trying to figure out what to hang on and what to sell, because I'm not too far off from getting a kitchen. I'll be able to get it by the end of the season. But it's so far off that might as well just make money while I can.
Yeah.
And there's boiled egg. Big Shock just put in a pot.
So high-tech. Gourmet cooking at its finest. Like the super fast music.
That's one of the things Martha has you cook where you don't get ingredients. Which, why even bother with those?
Joy.
Got a garden eel. Can we better that? No.
At least it's not like in Rune Factory, you catch it, you got an 18-centimeter long shrimp. What?
I believe that's called a lobster.
No, it's different than a lobster.
But 18 centimeters.
It's just monstrous.
See, our mushrooms are coming along.
It looks like mold.
Yeah. I forget why I paused here. So I'm not too far off from most of my requests. I think I'm able to get them on today, or at least by the end of the video. You can tell right in the middle of the rainy season. They actually have it marked out on the calendar.
Oh.
The race day will be the end of the update. Because that's kind of the main stretch goal. Once you get to the race day, and you kind of bullshit it, you don't really have any troubles with the game anymore.
Just easy sailing.
Pretty much. The start of the game, you are just getting up as much money as you can to upgrade your tools as meagerly as possible.
If you could pick, like, one that's the most effective way of making money, which one would it be?
The horse race.
Yeah. Gambling. Perfect.
There are a couple of crops, like the carrots sell for a ton of money. If you just sold those, you would probably build up a ton of gold. That and fishing are pretty viable. But also, like, there's just a bunch of requests, people want you to do stuff, and they give you more money than what the individual items are worth. So it's worth experimenting, I guess.
If you boil milk, you get cheese.
So that's everything she asked for, but I had a thought. What if I continued cooking? Would I be able to hang on to the extra cheeses? It takes 2 medium to make a cheese, but 1 medium also makes a different food. Yogurt. I'd like to hang on to that. I think someone's looking for that. She's not saying anything. Shit.
She just took the yogurt and poured it over your head. I didn't tell you to make that.
Follow ingredients better next time, you little shit. Yay, now I won't die as fast when I go chopping wood.
You just buy it, your muscles grow automatically.
Yeah, my tools must be bad or something. If just fixing them a little bit makes me die less.
It's just a slab of iron on a stick. Ah, pup!
We got a puppy!
Woo!
And our character is Dio.
Oh no.
This just makes sense.
Don't kill the dog.
I am the dog.
Don't uppercut the dog.
Look at that stupid tongue.
Oh.
So now we can pick up the dog every day, and I'll be happy. And that's about it.
Well, dogs are always happy. Just the fact of being a dog. I've never had a pointy-eared dog. I want a husky so badly.
But that's it for part 1 and part 6. Yep. Gonna confuse you. Next part, we're moving on through to the race day, which is just a couple of days. And then part 7 will be the rest of spring, and then we'll be moving on to summer from there. Things are moving pretty fast.
I like how each season just lasts a month.
If it lasted realistically, this game would be a slog.
Yeah, true enough. I wish winter only lasts a month.